So this time around, we're going to take a look at our background images. We've got a background image with a sky and some rays going down and some trees baked into it. We've got a white image that's basically just used for beams of light that we can put in the scene with some alpha, some transparency on it. And then just a straight up just gradient with this style on it. So we're going to do these a little bit different for each one so we can try them out. The first one, instead of doing an actual background for it, we're going to leave it as a block, and we're going to leave it so that we can put it into the scene and scale it a certain size. So let's get started with that one first. Again, the block's going to work just fine for it. So we'll call this our background 01, and then we'll go into our general settings. I'm going to go ahead and offset this guy all the way to -5 to the back furthest side. We'll select our thumbnail right there. There's no animations applied, so nothing to worry about there. The image scale, this is the one that we want to figure out, how big do we want to scale this guy up? And for us, we're going to make this a little bit bigger than the other one, so let's try it at about 60 by 60. We'll see how that does for us. We're going to turn our collider off because we don't need that guy on there. And we'll do it to a point and to a clamp. And that should be all we actually need on that one. So let's move over to this guy. This guy, again, just a block tile type. In fact, I'm just going to copy those properties real quick. Paste them over. We'll call this our God ray. And then we'll go in here and our image offset. We're actually going to push this more to the front. We may kind of blend it in between the leaves and things. We'll put our little light beam. Our scale right now, we've got a horizontal and vertical. Let's thin it up. The vertical is fine, the horizontal, let's bump that back down to about 10 so we get a nice long rectangle. We could even set that rotation. We don't really know what that rotation is going to be, but once you found it, you could go back and actually set that one up. We don't need our collider on, so we actually have everything the way we need it. We'll move into our last one right here. And on this one, this is just our background. That we're going to set up actually with an actual background tile type this time around. So let's do the background parallax. And our image offset, we'll go ahead and push that all the way back. We'll add our image there. Our rotation and scale we don't need to worry about because this is going to just put it all the way across it. The filter we can select, and the collider. Now the collider, the thing to remember on this one is that this is an actual tile inside of Build-A-Game, but it's going to get used and then stretched behind, but the tile is still going to be there. So if you wanted to, you could leave it in the game. In fact, on the settings, I'm going to go ahead back and set the visible in game to invisible so that you don't see it. But just to give you an idea is that if you left this in the game and then you made this an object that could be shot or destroyed, if a player were to shoot it and destroy that tile, the background image would actually get destroyed. So it's an interesting way of doing some emergent design with the properties that are available. Alright, so this gets us what we need right in here. We've got our point. We'll do our repeat. And our background layer right down here. We're going to do a background image. The layer depth, we're actually going to push this to the furthest out. The background follows the camera, that way it's locked to it. Alright, so that gives us a background image. So we've got our tile image that we're going to put in there, our light beam that we're going to put in there, and then an actual background image if we want to try that one out as well. Okay, next step, we're going to look at our animated smoke, and then that'll be the last tile that we do before we start submitting things up.